getting asked these questions an enormous amount lately, and I have no idea why. Well, I mean, I do regularly, but favorite Fujifilm lenses. Since I've tested them all and I owned all but two of them. The 18mm sucks. Fujifilm's redesigning it, and the 100 to 400. I just don't need it because I've got a lot of huge freaking glass for my Nikon, so I just don't need that bloody lens. I might get it at some point in time. I've tried it 4 times. Question, like if you could only have 3 Fujifilm lenses, what would they be? Of course, that depends on what sort of shooter you are too, right? Unquestionably so, in no particular order. It would be the 50 to 140, the 16mm f1.4, Fujifilm's best lens, and the 16 to 55. The people that bitch about no image stabilization on the 16 to 55 are little, well, they're whiny little something and others. I mean, it's not an issue at all, for God's sakes. It's not. It's not. Well, yeah, optical image stabilization helps. I mean, it's an issue. No, it's actually not. Of course, those are not cheap lenses. Those are expensive lenses, but I keep getting asked those questions. One thing I did make a mistake on, and I didn't have the opportunity to try it, so I didn't make a mistake. The one thing I wanted to test, the very least, was because I got well over like maybe 60 different 50mm lenses. God, I mean, I've got 50mm lenses out falling on my fanny. And that's it, the 50mm f2. Now, of the 4 primary lenses, of which they're all kind of in the same group, the 23mm f2, the 35mm f2, and the 50mm f2, my favorite of the 3 actually is this lens, the 50mm f2, because it is so universally useful, not only for portraiture. It's like, well, it's only an f2, it's not wide enough for portraiture. Yeah, it is. Stop being a total bokeh slut. I have the 56mm f1 too. I mean, I know the difference between the two, for Christ's sakes. But for $450, also, this actually has the best micro contrast for black and white photography of any Fujifilm lens currently in their lineup. Let me repeat that. For black and white photography, this has the best intertonal transmissive capabilities of currently. And that is the case. Every camera company, and, you know, 50mm is basically a 75mm on a crop sensor as far as field of view. But every camera company, always, and Fujifilm is no exception, they have to come out and say, well, what's so-and-so's 50mm? Same thing with Nikon. Like, well, what about Nikon's 50mm? What about Canon's 50mm? Every camera company, it's like when someone buys a car, it's like, well, what color did you get it in? Every camera company has this damn thing, and it's an unwritten law, that they have to make an awesome 50mm, at least the best they can, for their system. And that's not the most ideal field of view. I mean, it's plenty close to portraiture. 50mm, 55, 56, close enough. Roughly, basically 80mm, perfectly fine for that. Plenty fast, plenty quiet, cheap, $450. It is a tiny little awesome lens. I actually love the piss out of it. I said in the video when I reviewed the 50mm, I said I was wrong to so desperately not want to try it, and I made a mistake on that. I admitted my mistake. I didn't make a mistake reviewing it, however. I just made a mistake not wanting to ever touch the damn lens, but I'm so happy I did. Anyway, those are my 3 Fujifilm lenses. If I could only have 3, it'd be the 5140, 16mm, and 16 to 55. The next one, in no particular order, because some of these lenses have stepper motors and they don't have fast autofocus. But I mean, you don't need fast autofocus in the 16 or 23mm. The next lens would be the 35mm 1.4, which has aperture chatter. It is noisy, it is slow, but it's beautiful. It's a wonderful lens. That would be my next acquire. That, and equally right alongside it, which is Fujifilm's fastest autofocusing lens, also has no optical image stabilization, doesn't matter, is their 90mm f2. So my second to 2 lenses would be the 35 1.4 and the 90mm f2. Actually, if I could only have, well, I couldn't get away with 2 lenses, but definitely the 50 to 140 and the 16mm are my top 2 favorite Fujifilm lenses. Both of those lenses, whether on sale or not, are absolutely the cat's ass. I couldn't even see myself not owning those 2 lenses. Could not see myself not owning them. I don't even care what kind of photography you are. I still couldn't see myself not owning those lenses. Best value, actually the best value, and nobody talks about the damn lens, is the 60mm macro 2.4. That is Fujifilm's best value lens. You can find them used for like $380, 400, 420. It is slow and noisy, but not only is it a great macro lens, it's a great portrait lens, it's a great everything lens. That's actually Fujifilm's best value lens, unquestionably, is the 60mm f2.4. So I had endless people ask me these questions, and so there they are answered. And I don't say that off the top of my head. And I can't wait for the 80mm, right? The 80mm macro to come out later this year, which is supposed to do. It's on Fujifilm's list for it to come out. I will definitely be getting that. But check out the 50. Actually, you'll be really, really happy with the 50. I made a mistake by being so hesitant just because I'm just like 50mm overloaded. But Fuji's 50mm is absolutely the tits. Thanks so much for watching. Like this video, drop a buck or two. Tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy. But you're not going to see me sniffing lenses, because that doesn't tell you anything. Unless the prior owner was a smoker, that would actually tell you the prior owner of that equipment was a smoker. It will tell you that, but it won't tell you anything else. Okay? Okay. I'm exhausted today. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, happy Easter! And all that stuff. Yeah, holiday stuff. I forgot, right? Holiday. Happy Easter. Eat Reese's Easter eggs or whatever it is you do on Easter. Yeah, I'll be reading. I lead such an exciting life, too. Yeah, bye.